My name is Paul Gallipo, and I want to welcome you to Extreme Paranormal Explained. This is a fantastic story that happened to me and three of my relatives during the time frame of July 2009 to 2010. I'm going to start off by making some bold statements. Number one, you have a spirit. Your body is nothing but a vessel for the spirit to be harbored in, and you will live on after you die, and you will live on electricity. Stop.
My name is Paula Ford.
Place your hand on the Bible. Now this Bible will be used throughout the film. It's very pertinent to what happened during the paranormal activity in their home. Do you swear that everything that's said on this film happened to you, or may God strike you dead if you're lying?
I swear that all this happened to us
In 2009.
in 2009.
Okay, state your name.
Jenny?
Do you swear that everything that happened, that I'm talking about in this film, happened to you in the year 2009 to 2010? All this paranormal activity, it happened to you? Swear to that?
I do.
Okay. This is Ed Ford, my brother-in-law. This is his basement that the paranormal activity happened in. Ed, do you swear on this Bible that everything that we're going to talk about happened to you in this basement?
Yes, I do.
It's 100% true.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now, the one reason why I believe personally, this is my opinion, that he had so much paranormal activity at one time is the enormous amount of electricity that's in this basement. I'd come down here with the EMF meter after all the lights are off, and there's still large amounts of electricity in this basement. And I believe this is a big part of what happened as far as the amount of paranormal activity was caused by the excessive amount of electricity he has down in this basement. Now, why do you need so much electricity in here, Ed?
This is my recording studio. I do a lot of audio work. I do a lot of audio recording.
And so you do a lot of CD work down here,
Yes.
and audio work, and that's the reason why that he had so much activity over here down in the basement. So his name was Fred Jacinto. And oh, by the way, we're down here on Halloween Eve. This is a important time for paranormal. So yeah, it's just a good idea to have this on Halloween Eve. Now this picture, could you tell me where'd you get it? Where you got this picture at?
Fred Jacinto gave this to me or his wife gave it to me after he died.
Okay, now Fred used to come over here. Why did he used to come over here?
Come over to record a lot of music.
So he knew you had all this excessive power down in this basement, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now what happened to Fred?
Fred had a heart attack and died the day he was supposed to come over and record.
Okay, now where did he die at?
He died at his home out in Lee Summit, Missouri.
Okay, now with this picture, was this Fred's picture?
Yeah, that was Fred's picture.
And you wanted it as a memento
Yes.
for Fred. And this picture was over in his basement, or?
Yes, in his basement.
Okay. Now you asked his wife if you could have the picture here.
Yes.
And she said, "Yeah, go ahead and take it."
Yeah.
Now you took it home and bring it into the basement here and hung it down, didn't
Yes.
you? Okay. Now what happened after that time that you bring this poster over here? What would happen?
Well, the first 2 or 3 days after his funeral, I kept hearing his voice over in that corner.
What was the? What did he say?
he always had a way of answering the phone. It would be, "What you doing?" And I could hear that mumbled over there in the corner over there.
Now, when you first heard this, did you hear every word when it first happened?
When it first started, it was very, very low and very, very weak. And over 3 or 4 days, he just kept getting louder in volume until you could just outright hear what he was saying.
It's acting like it was almost gaining energy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Right. Now, the poster, the voice didn't start till you got the poster over here. So it's our thinking that Fred came over in his soul, was inside this poster, and Ed brought it over to his house. Now, the question I have is, it's my opinion that you will be the same person after you die. You're going to have the same thoughts. You will no longer have a body, so you won't have pain, like your leg hurting or anything, but you're going to have the same thoughts that you would think as when you was alive. You're the same person. So you're going to have the same thinking pattern that you had when you was alive. Now, why would Fred want to come over in a poster to Ed Ford's house and leave his wife that he dearly loved?
Yes.
Why would he do that? Well, the only reason I know why he would get in this poster and come over to Ed Ford's basement, he knew he had all this power, this electricity in the basement. And you grow stronger after you get involved with electricity. Now, you had all type of events happen down here.
Yes, I did.
Okay, name a few of the things that you had happen in here.
A lot of items were being thrown across the room. A lot of items were being broke.
You had a little piece of crystal that was thrown against the wall with such extreme velocity. I tried to duplicate it using a cable splitter. I threw it hard as I could against the wall, and I still couldn't make the deep impression that that thing made. That crystal was thrown with a lot of velocity, a lot of strength. So now, did these voices continue to say what you're doing?
Yes.
Okay, now after a period of time they stopped, didn't they?
Yes.
Okay, then you started having these violent acts.
Yes.
A stick was thrown at you. The glass base was thrown at you, or thrown at the wall. Pardon me. And also, let's talk about the event that happened when we think that maybe you've seen the harbinger of death, the Grim Reaper, may have visited. Let's talk about what happened that time when you were sitting in the chair and you got the telephone call. What happened?
I got a telephone call from my wife's aunt that her daughter had passed away. It was on a Sunday morning, and I picked up the phone and answered it, and she asked for Paula, and I said, hold on, because I was downstairs. Paula was outside working in the front yard, and as soon as I turned around, this big black
shape. It was a mist.
Like this was within that much distance of me.
And what happened after you
and
see it?
I just kind of froze for a little bit. And
what did it do?
All of a sudden, it just completely disintegrated, dissipated into thin air. Little sparkles were just flying.
Like an energy dispersion.
Right.
Dispersion. Okay. Now, what happened? What happened after that?
Then I took the phone upstairs and gave it to Paula, and then Aunt Jessie informed Paula that her daughter Sandy had died, and that was the end of it. I brought the portable phone back.
So you're thinking that this was the shape? Yeah.
Messenger of death.
And who would know but him that somebody had just died? A soul had come over to the other side. So he was more or less a messenger of the death. He was telling somebody would die.
Yep.
Now, we think that this evil presence was in this basement. And this is the shape. And if you look at it, it's the shape of the Grim Reaper. It doesn't have the skull in there. It doesn't have the sickle. People put that on it. But there is the shape of the Grim Reaper, the black cloak float shape. Now, you told me about it, the voices you was hearing, what you doing. And you knew I was interested because I had a lifelong passion for the paranormal. And I always wanted to know what happened after death. You told me about it, and I immediately got interested. And I came down by myself and my wife one night to do a little EVP and a session. And as I recorded, I'd ask questions on her who was down here. I thought that there might be other souls, spirits down